Hello everybody, I wanted to take a minute here today to show you a couple innovations we have on our Grubby 1 and Grubby 2 chuck boxes these days. This is brand new stuff. That's a Grubby 1 I just set over there on the right, and I'm going to set up one half of a Grubby 2 on the left, and the innovation here is that they now hook together, or should I say it's possible to hook them together with this connecting leaf I'm bringing over. As it turns out, you can hook them in one of three different places. We could hook it all the way up at the top so that the counter height goes all the way across the top. I'm going to do that in a second, but we can also hook it way down low, or we could hook it up kind of in the upper middle as I'm doing right now, which turns out to be a real nice height to set your stove on. That'll put your stove at about 36 inches. Now the other thing I wanted to show you is how the inside of these boxes is now configured quite a bit differently. It is now a lot more adjustable because it's made around these shelf adjuster devices. What we do now is, instead of using runners for things, we use these little shelves and set our drawers and set our wash tubs on top of the shelves. What this gives us is the advantage of being able to move the shelf up or down in 1-inch increments. And the boxes will of course still accommodate dish drainers and wash tubs. Big advantage is they don't have to be exactly the right size anymore. They can now be a little bit smaller than that and they'll still work. The other thing we want to take a quick look at here is this device I call a toothbrush holder, which has holes in it. Well, it's also the shelf support for the connecting leaf, and you can set it at a couple different places. Now I just had it set up kind of in the upper middle. I'm going to move it up to the top so that I can put my shelf on the same level, put my connecting leaf shelf on the same level as the tops of the boxes, thereby establishing one continuous counter space. Now we have our two shelf supports set up in the right place to put the leaf all the way up to the top, and we end up with a countertop that's 79 inches long. That's also 16 inches wide, by the way. Keep in mind that was using one half of a Grubby 2 with a Grubby 1. You can still, of course, set them up using both halves of the Grubby 2. The other thing that's important to mention here is that either half of the Grubby 2 is now available individually. We have the drawer half, which is shown here on the right, and that box makes a nice little chuck box by itself, as does the tub half, which is shown on the left. So this should give us the ability to budget things a little easier, as now you can buy a Grubby 1 by itself, you could buy a tub half of the Grubby 2 or a drawer half of the Grubby 2, or even a connecting leaf as separate devices over time. So do me a favor, take a look over the Grubby 2 webpage on the website, and thanks for watching, and go camping.